Hi, I'm Mike Whitt. I'm a partner with the law firm of Hahn Loeser and Parks, and I practice in our Southwest Florida offices. For over 30 years, I've handled eminent domain cases for property owners across the state of Florida. Today, I'm going to talk about the litigation process and what that entails. I have so many clients that are a bit fearful about being sued by condemning authorities. And I always try to calm them down and say that a condemnation lawsuit is really not like any other lawsuit where you have a party suing you, because in those, maybe they're suing you to try to get money from you, claiming that you did something wrong. Well, here it's merely a matter of the condemning authority filing an action to formally take your property or an interest in your property. And what we're battling over most of the time is how much compensation the condemning authority has to pay you as the property owner or business owner in that lawsuit. So really there's nothing to be afraid of by the fact that the condemning authority files a lawsuit against you to take your property. Now, there is a framework. A condemnation lawsuit is like any other lawsuit. There's a framework. There's a statutory framework under Chapter 73 and 74 of the Florida statutes. And there's also rules of procedure that govern how these lawsuits move through the system and cover things like discovery. And the discovery process in a lawsuit is kind of a fancy name really for just exchanging information. The parties have a chance to send what's called requests for production of documents, having the other side produce all of the relevant documents to you. They can send questions called interrogatories that you answer under oath. Maybe you as the property owner will have your deposition taken. As the case progresses, there will be depositions of all of the experts that are involved. I often say that during the litigation process, my role is kind of that of an orchestra leader or a choir director. I kind of handle all the moving parts and keep things moving through the system, in particular with our experts. There are a number of experts in condemnation cases that are pretty typical. A land planner, engineering, if there are business damages involved, oftentimes you'll have a CPA or other valuation expert. And I kind of use an analogy of a funnel, and all of those experts produce their reports and get their information, and then kind of at the bottom of the funnel is the real estate appraiser. And they take all of that information and they put it all in their appraisal report. And that's what we utilize, and that's where we say, okay, here's the report. This is our claim for damages. It's important during this process, this litigation process, that you have a theme or a case strategy. You're in a fight. You're in a fight against the condemning authority. They want to pay you as little money as possible. We want to try to get you as much money as possible. So it's important for us to have a theme and a strategy for how we are going to work with our experts and plan to present our case. Because you're not guaranteed to settle the case, although it's pretty likely that the parties will reach an amicable settlement, but you never know. You may have to take that case to trial. So you want to have a theme, you want to have this strategy. You want to say, how are we going to prove our case? What do we need to do to prove up our damages, while at the same time trying to poke holes in the case of the condemning authority. So it's important to kind of develop that early on and involve the experts and you as the property owner in developing that case strategy and that case theory. Ultimately, as the case moves through the process, the parties will be required by the court to go through mediation. Mediation is a formal process ordered by the court where everybody gets together and tries to negotiate a resolution of the dispute. We're going to have another video specifically on mediation and that process. And if the parties are not able to settle the case in mediation, then that litigation process will ultimately culminate in a trial. and we'll have another video sharing with you what the trial is, what it's all about, and how important that is in determining compensation. Well, I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any other questions or if you need other information, please feel free to visit our website at www.hahnlaw.com.